I'm Daniel Watson, and this is my beautiful wife, Mandy.
One of the really unique things about our family is that all 3 of our kids are adopted. Even though we can have our own kids biologically, we decided that there were enough kids in the world that needed to be loved, and so we decided to only adopt. Atlee, who is 6 years old, Ava, who is 5 years old, and Silas, who is 17 months old.
He's actually our only international adoption. He's from Ethiopia, and we adopted him when he was 6 months old. Mandy and I were both raised by single mothers. So from that experience, we've started the Restoration House. And in Knoxville, there's over 12,000 low-income single mothers. All of the families in the Restoration House are in our housing, which is for up to 2 years, and the goal is when they leave our housing, they're moving into home ownership, hopefully.
The Restoration House is a transitional housing program for single moms and their kids, where we do financial literacy classes, we have mentor teams, career guidance, and it's a complete program.
Daniel and Mandy, they're more than just my neighbors, they're my friends. And they're basically the people that's given me a new life. To be able to be the mother I want to be.
Daniel and Mandy mean hope. They mean hope for me. They mean hope for other moms that are out there.
Daniel gave me ways to help myself. I got a little respect for myself now, and my children can respect me. They're learning that, hey, mom's paying those bills, you know, she's doing a good job, and it feels great.
Right now, we have, at the Restoration House, 2 families living on our property with us. There's the main house, which is really an old farmhouse. My family, we live on the lower story of that. And then the upstairs has been converted, and that's for a single mother and her child. That's a 1-bedroom unit. And then we have another family who lives right across our driveway in a little small 1-bedroom house. And then we have 3 other families who live in an apartment complex that we lease some units out of. I work full-time, 50-plus hours a week for the Restoration House, and then I work 20 hours a week from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. 5 nights, doing some website design work just to kind of help us make ends meet and to take care of the myriad of maintenance issues that we have. And we've not been able to afford to fix the things that we need to fix. We actually had the money saved up last year, and then the transmission went out in our van for the 3rd time. And so we just haven't had the funds to make it happen.
I would say the condition of the house now is a ticking time bomb.
And there's lots of moisture problems, failing foundation in a room that's sinking into the ground. When we run the water in the kitchen sink, it actually drains right outside. It's not even connected to a drain pipe. Our boys are sharing a room. We're living in the dining room. We have 1 bathroom to share between all of us with no water pressure. And it's just not functional.
Mechanically, the house is not up to code. You've got roof issues, you've got structural issues, the foundation has been compromised. There's been a lot of cracking showing up on all the pressure areas around the windows and doors upstairs as well. During a hard rain, there's literally a flowing creek underneath this house. You've got some, what looks to be maybe railroad ties mixed in with some half-rotted out logs. The thing's probably gonna collapse. The house needs to go to the ground and start from scratch.
Daniel and Mandy sacrificed their own living quarters so that other people can have a good place to live.
People like that you don't meet every day in the real world. You don't meet someone who's gonna come to you and give you whatever you need or help you succeed and like genuinely care about who you are and who you're gonna be in the future.
We all need community, and the Restoration House is about community for single mothers and their children.
It's just really our heart, our passion is to see it happen for these families and for them to walk freely with their head held high and not be afraid to dream for themselves and their children. We're going to continue on, but do we know about tomorrow? No, we have no idea.
ABC! We are Restoration House! The sky's the limit!
That was amazing! You know how they say it takes a village to raise a family? Well, let's go and help them build a village.
Okay.
It's Thanksgiving week. Let's give back and get them a house for the holidays. Are you with me?
We're with you.
Let's bring it in! Come on! Let's do it!
Big energy, big energy. Big energy.
Yeah, I might be blonde, but I know how to work a bullhorn.
Right down here.
Good morning, Watson family and the Restoration House!
guys are here.
Me too. I'm Jenny McCarthy, and you might have been surprised that Ty is not here, but he will be here later. So the Restoration House, you guys have done so much for single moms, and me being a single mom, I can appreciate and was so moved by your story that's one of the reasons why I had to be here.
We're just glad that we're at this point, and we can move on from here.
I wouldn't be the person I am today without this program, and I mean, that's the truth. So it's been definitely life-changing, and thank you.
I wouldn't be able to achieve the things that I'm doing now without you guys. I wouldn't have the support to be a good mom and to be able to spend time with them, because there's so many moms that don't get that. You guys blessed me.
Think of a better family to say thank you to. I mean, I know I am so incredibly moved here, and I'm trying not to burst out in tears. I can't even imagine what it feels like to you guys.
It's so humbling just to have this many people come out and support us and our family and rally around the Restoration House and all these wonderful women here and their families. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
I think it's time.
I think it is time.
Say it with me. Here we go. Bus driver. Move that bus.
When the bus moved, I was completely stunned. In the old house, we felt like unless someone comes in and literally helps save the day, we're really not sure how this is gonna turn out. And now to feel that relief, it's unbelievable. It's this feeling of complete and utter humility. It was just beyond anything that I have ever experienced.
Joplin's really an amazing community. There are lots of things to do and interesting people and fun culture. We really felt like Joplin would be a great place to raise a family.
Well, I'm Crystal and this is Crystal. We have been neighbors for the last 2 years. We're both currently single mothers raising our kids. I love Joplin. It kind of makes you feel like that whole all-American family, like where they do the barbecues and get-togethers.
We come in United States 1995. I choose Joplin, the center of America. This is our dream of the free world.
Sunday, May 22nd was a Sunday like every other Sunday.
Then the weather started changing, and we were tracking that on the computer. Everything looked bad, and it just kept getting worse.
I've seen storms come in before, but it was huge.
This is a Jefferson storm chaser. I have a large destructive tornado on the ground doing massive damage.
When the tornado hit the station and it started taking the station apart, my wife and kids, it was about 3/4 of a mile away, and the captain said, "I need you to work now."
Because I was there alone with the boys, I knew that I had to be in the closet with them. The glass was coming in under the closet door. Then suddenly the door was off the hinges and was falling on us. Connor, my second oldest son, he was right behind me, and if my leg hadn't been there, the board coming in with the nails would have hit him.
I was trying to be brave, but I had no idea if we were gonna live through this.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! I had heard for earthquakes to put a bicycle helmet on your child, and I looked at my son and I said, we should do that for tornadoes.
And then I got pulled up in the air, and as soon as I was up in the air, I saw a toilet, and it came by and hit them.
It was the worst sound that you can possibly imagine. Because the toilet hit the bicycle helmet, I truly believe that saved his life.
This was one of the deadliest tornadoes in the history of the United States. Over 8,000 structures have been destroyed or damaged, and more than 100 lives have been lost.
Zachary
was here on my left and David was here on my right, and I just told him to hold on to me and it was gonna be okay. And within seconds, the house came apart. I kept trying to tell them to hold on. And I could see Zachary laying there. He didn't make it. He died.
The wind was just too strong for me. It ripped my kids out of my arms. I held on to them as long as I could, but there was nothing I could do.
There was a gentleman that came up to us and asked us who we were looking for. He said, well, I'm sorry to tell you this, but one of your grandkids is underneath the blanket. And it was my 10-year-old granddaughter, Shantae. And he told us that Trenton, they had taken him to the hospital, but determined that Trenton had no brain activity and that we had to take him off life support.
That was the most devastating day of my life. That day I lost 2 of my 3 children. I lost my house, I lost everything in my house. I lost all the memories of my kids.
After the tornado was over and we were able to come out of the station and see the devastation, it looked like a ground zero. It was a disaster a mile wide.
When we knew the tornado had passed, Justin got out and started searching for people to dig out.
When we went outside and surveyed our neighborhood, it was a war zone. I am a nurse, and as a nurse, your first thought is always, what can you do to help?
When tornado coming, they destroy our house right at the time I retire. I don't know where the place I going.
When I stood up and saw that my family was okay, I knew right then that I never wanted to be apart from her or him. And I told myself then that if we got through this, I was gonna ask her to marry me.
After the tornado, I learned that stuff doesn't really matter, family matters.
Even though the tornado destroyed our home, we have each other and we are able to start over. But it's hard to think about moving.
We want to stay in Joplin.
We really do want to see Joplin rebuilt better than before.
Everybody's displaced. It's definitely important for ABC to come to Joplin because it would be a start. It would be a focus. It would be a foundation, and it would get everyone rallied together again.
We will find a place to live, you know, and that reason we hope we still live together in Joplin the rest of my life.
Please, ABC, come to Joplin. There are so many families and people that need help.
Breaks your heart. Devastating,
Oh my
isn't
gosh.
it? With the amount of families that were affected, we couldn't come here and just help one family. So guys, we're gonna do something we've never done before. We're gonna build 7 houses for 7 families in 7 days. Wow. Oh my God. So first up is the Howard family. So Kyle is a firefighter here in Joplin, and he was one of the first responders when the tornado hit. But not only are we surprising the Howard family, we're doing it live on Good Morning America. Live? Live. So you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's bring it in to people. Are you with me? Let's do it! This is awesome. So we're surprising 7 families in one day. Good Morning America heard about it. They wanted to be part of it. And Sam Champion, he's here to help us surprise the first family, the Howard family.
In this house behind us right there is where the Howard family has been staying because their house was completely destroyed.
And what's crazy is when we surprise them, it's going to be live on Good Morning America. So that's what you call a good morning.
Hi, are we ready to go?
We are ready to go.
This is big. I've never done this before. I'm very excited.
Here we go.
Okay, let's go.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Good morning, Howard family! Kyle, Jill, Keenan, Connor, Corbin, and Caleb, come on out here! Good morning, everybody! Wow!
Our first family that we surprised is the Howard family. Kyle Howard is a Joplin firefighter and was one of the first responders as soon as the tornado came through. Jill really had the responsibility of taking care of the family, and she did it by gathering all the boys together, and she shielded them with a door.
This surprise is happening in front of millions of people, so surprise!
Now, so many of your friends and family lost their homes, and there were lives lost here as well. So as happy as this moment is, it's been a difficult 5 months for you guys. Can you just kind of let everybody at home know what it's been like in this community?
You're right, it's been incredibly difficult, yet we've all pulled together. Joplin is amazing. It's been a real painful 5 months, but it's been an amazing 5 months.
All right, people, we finished the houses. Let's bring them home. Welcome back, guys. Congratulations. Welcome back, Thank you.
This week is about building the future, and I am so happy for these families that they finally have a chance to have something stable in their lives again. To see 7 families be able to see their new home for the first time, to start new lives, that is something I never thought I would ever see. I think that's going to be absolutely amazing.
The families, your community has come together, and it's been absolutely incredible. We've had over 12,000 volunteers come out to help. Right now, you're standing behind buses that are in front of your new homes. These really are symbols of hope in this city. You guys are the pioneers of rebuilding Joplin. This really is a whole new beginning. Are you ready to move 7 buses? Well, you know what to say. Say it with me. Here we go. Bus driver. Move that bus.
This is where my family gets to be our family. You see this house that wasn't there just 7 days ago, next to 6 others that weren't there 7 days ago, especially when you're there with so many of the people that made it happen. It's indescribable.
We're the Walker family!
My kids are my life. Dominique plays 3 sports. Basketball is her favorite. Carl also played 3 sports. And Charles plays 3 sports. And of course, Gloria, my youngest, is my gymnast.
Gloria, follow through.
About 10 years ago, my sister Barbara moved back to the home. And this has always been a happy place for us.
Carl was in the 6th grade, and he had a 9th grade reading level. But Carl was having problems. He had started a new middle school, and he was bullied from the very beginning of the school year. And he would carry around library books in his backpack, and the kids would tease him because they didn't know why he always liked to read.
My brother was bullied, harassed, and abused in school for a really long time.
On April 6th, I came home, and Carl was very quiet. And of course, I asked him how his day was. And he told me that he was involved in a fight at school. The student said he acted like a girl and said that he was gay.
Sedina was very concerned. She just said no more. They were having PTA meeting, and she was bringing Carl with her.
As I was cooking dinner, Carl went upstairs to his room. When Carl didn't answer me, I came upstairs. When I opened the door to come up to the 3rd floor, I saw my son, Carl, hanging by the railing that's falling apart there. And all I could do was scream for my daughter, scream for anybody to come and help.
I'm thinking, oh my God, like, that's my brother. he's gone. Like, I can already see, like, he's not coming back.
Dominique, she screamed. And when I got upstairs, it hung itself, and I was like, please, in the name of God. They came up, the paramedics, and I'll never forget them bringing him down that damn back hallway.
Carl had written a note. He said that he loved everybody, and he told us goodbye. The day I lost my son was the worst day of my life. I feel really bad when I think about the pain that he went through. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense.
Carl's passing has definitely left a mark on this house.
Since my nephew passed, it's very difficult to live here. Actually, at times, it's horrific. The children, I see it in their faces. I see it, of course, in my sister's face all the time, and I feel it myself. It's like he's in every room.
Sometimes I wonder, am I ever gonna be happy again? The decision I had to make was I could either stay home and continue to cry, or I could use my voice and Carl's story and share that with everybody.
Sardina turned her tragedy into a force for good in this community and in this country. Sardina has gone to the State House to meet with the governor. She has gone to Washington, D.C. to meet with President Obama, all in an effort to make sure that our children are safe.
We need to teach our children the simple message of respect for all. This is not about criminalizing bullying, but about preventing bullying through education.
We have been through a lot, and memories that are in this house definitely hinder us from moving forward and having a future and speaking up against bullying.
It would be wonderful to create a new space for Sardina and her family so that their life can be made new again.
I've lost my son, but I know that the work that we're doing is helping so many other children. We've passed a law here in Massachusetts, but I'm not satisfied. I want a national anti-bullying law so that no other child will have to go through this.
Oh boy, oh boy,
It's so heavy.
It's really heavy.
But it's a story that needs to be told.
Yeah, I agree. What a beautiful young boy.
Yeah.
And, you know, I have 2 little boys. I would just, you know, I just can't imagine moving on from something like that.
And the crazy part is there are other stories like this.
Oh, yeah. You hear them all the time.
Yeah.
And this week, we're going to get help from so many people. They're going to stand together with us and the Walker family to get that message out there to stop bullying.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Do this. Bring it in there, people. Are you with me? Let's do it. You guys ready? All right. Here we go.
Good morning, Walker family! Sardina, Jules, Dominique, Barbara!
We're just like, we can't believe it. I'm just so excited. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to act. I mean, it's just incredible.
Take on the mission of building you guys a new home. But we also knew that your message about standing together and stopping bullying is so important to you.
It makes me feel that Carl's message and Carl's story will go out and help a lot of other young people that are struggling in school. And so for that, I'm forever grateful.
Do you guys have any idea what you might be looking at on the other side of this bus?
No idea. No idea.
I really think it's just a fresh start, a new beginning for a new generation, for these two, especially. So I'm really excited.
I think maybe we should show you what's behind this bus. What do you guys think? Well, you guys know what to say. Say it with me. Here we go. Bus driver, move that
When the bus moved, it was just incredible. Our old house, because of everything that had happened in it, we wanted to escape, but we felt trapped. When we saw the new house, in my heart, there was a sense of peace. And we haven't had that, you know, in a long, long time.
See how it's only 2 stories? Yeah. We know that in your old house, third story was a painful memory.
Yep.
We wanted to make sure that Carl was remembered. So you see the sunburst on the top?
Yeah.
That represents Carl.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's just so beautiful. Not having the 3rd floor is just really big for us. We don't have that sense that you can't get away from that. And in place of a 3rd floor, we have sunbeams that shoot up to the sky. You know, that sense of peace. It's just amazing to me.
Hi, ABC's the Cortex family.
I'm Jim the dad.
I'm Darlene the mom.
And I'm Haley the Haley.
We're the parents of 2 great kids, Haley and Hudson.
I love my mommy, I love my daddy, I love my baby brother.
Haley is an amazing kid. She is beautiful and full of energy.
I love Minnie.
She's the type of girl that you fall in love with again and again every day. 15 minutes after Haley was born, the doctor told us that she has dwarfism.
Haley has achondroplasia, which is the most common form of dwarfism. It's basically like a typo. Your genes are coded, and it's just one of them kind of got changed, and that is enough to alter the bone growth, and it is a bone growth disorder.
Throughout the years, her growth rate's going to be very slow. Her overall adult height will be about 4 foot, and as a child, she's about the height of a 1.5-year-old, and she's 5 years old now. Hudson, who's 1 year old, is going to outgrow Haley pretty quickly. People have a tendency to judge her based on her height rather than who she is as a person.
We were at her preschool graduation, and Haley got upset because people were staring at her and pointing at her. But nobody knows that people with a form of dwarfism go through so many medical challenges. The bowed legs end up becoming quite painful. Usually they end up having to do some surgery on that. And also dwarfism affects the spinal column, which can cause different types of complications. That's the hardest part.
We like to use the word average rather than normal because what is normal? AP stands for average sized person, and LP stands for little person, which is the preferred term. The word midget is considered highly offensive because of its history, and that's the way the whole community feels about it. I'm the president of Little People of America Mid-Hudson Chapter 40, and my wife is currently the vice president.
It's a support group, a place to help educate, to raise awareness, to create a brighter future for our daughter, and to create a brighter future for all the kids.
Jimmy and myself have also started something called Understanding Dwarfism. It's a website for the average person to go to and to educate themselves.
Awareness is key. The advocacy that Jimmy and Darlene have done affects us all, not just Haley.
Darlene and Jimmy have done so much for their local LPA chapter, but their own house is not even safe for their own child.
This is what I have to do when I look out a window.
She still has to hold my hand up and down the stairs because if she was to fall down the stairs, the quick impact to her neck could pinch off the nerves to any part of her body, which could cause permanent paralysis. Aside from, from all the adaptation that we need, there's things breaking in the house and things falling apart.
The amount of modifications that would be needed for Haley's abilities becomes numerous with no instruction manual how to do it or how to get it done.
Home is where the heart is, and if that doesn't even suit you, what in the world would? And
She needs to have that. It's important for any child.
Build a new house for me, please.
Awesome family, right?
What a little cutie.
It's pretty impressive that Jimmy and Darlene are giving a voice to an entire community, and their goal is to let the world know that little people are just like everybody else, you know? And I think this week we can help them shine that light. You guys with me?
Yeah,
All right,
totally.
bring it in here, people.
Come on, you guys,
Let's do it! Good morning, Bay family! Jimmy, Darlene, Haley, and Hudson, come on out here! How are you guys?
My dream is always to create a house for my daughter that she can move around and be independent and feel like it's made for her, and I couldn't do that. So to me, this is a dream come true for my little girl. Every time that she steps out the front doors, it's a world that's not made for her.
I think the most exciting part is to not have to hear, Mommy, I can't do this anymore.
Yep.
That's huge.
So you've seen the show, right, Haley? You know what we do?
We build houses.
And what do you think we're gonna be doing this week?
Building me a new band house.
That's right.
A new brand house.
It's amazing seeing people there and all cheering. You knew that everyone had a connection to your story. I can't even put it into words. It's an ultimate high.
To see all these people who come out to do something for us, to recognize our concerns. Beyond that, it's, I think, bringing a community together and ultimately changing the world.
So you guys ready to see what's behind this bus?
Yes, we're ready.
You guys know what to say? Say it with me. Here we go. Bus driver, move!
When the bus moved, it was the greatest feeling in the world. Our old house slowly became more of a burden. Haley couldn't go up and down the stairs unless we brought her up and down. It was a place that's not made for her. Our new home represents the future of where we're headed, and it's limitless. And to see the excitement on her face is priceless.